Hey, everybody. You just caught me scratching my... Oh, hello. This is Comic Industry Insiders Live, and this is our pre-show little banter where I'm going to bring a whole bunch of people to the stage. We have Joe Keating.
Hello.
Hey, we've got... Who else do we have here? The thing keeps moving around because people keep coming to the room. Brian Garside.
Me.
Hey, there's Blake Morgan in his Blake's Buzz setup, which is my favorite setup. Say hi, Blake.
Hey, hi.
All right, good deal. We've got Gabe Yoakum.
Fourth billing? Come on, man.
You know what? I'm just scrolling down and getting everybody's. Steph, I don't see you yet. You don't have a. You're not on the screen, babe. If you want to,
Gabe, you're in the top 10. Like that's
a good call.
That's
Thank
something,
you,
right?
I am the dynamite of this conversation.
right. I tell both of my children that they are in my top 10 favorite children that I have.
Well, that's true. They would be. Well, let's try. No, Steph, look, you're black. It's screwed
I
up.
See me.
I don't see you.
Do not. No.
Does anybody else see you?
You're a black.
All
right. Throw me out.
All right.
You're an enigma.
She is. So, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is the kind of pre-show warm-up. This is where we all get our vocal cords ready for the actual show. And this week we have a big one. I want to thank everybody who jumped in on my little Facebook call to action and are going to be here hopefully for the first time. Hey, Marvin. We got some news for you, buddy. We got news. How's everybody's week? Who is traveling? Joe, you're about to go somewhere fun, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to Deadwood, South Dakota for the Wild West Hacking Fest put on by our friends at Recca Comics, parent company, Black Hills. Deadwood, South Dakota looks like Deadwood, South Dakota. So if you have any questions on what it looks like, you can watch the TV show. It's pretty accurate to the.
That is actually very true. If you imagine the TV show where they just made it into kind of a tourist town.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
right down to the graveyard, way up on top of that mountain. It's insane.
Yeah, we did a special "The Future Is" issue that's exclusive to the show. So
I actually have it in a box around here somewhere. I would show it to you, but it's been that kind of day. I don't know where anything is.
Same here.
Everything above is all nice and my standard amount of clutter. Everything on the floor is
God. Dude, that is my every week. If I were to show the floor, because I literally take everything behind me and just throw it on the floor.
Yeah. That's exactly how it works.
So my place is exactly the opposite right now. Usually it's just a gigantic mess, but we are listing our home today. As a matter of fact, we had pictures taken yesterday, so we're up and at them.
You had to clean.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. If anybody wants to buy a house in West Michigan, just let me know. I've got a perfect place for you.
Whereabouts in West Michigan?
So we're about right here. We're about 5 miles from Lake Michigan, just about 10 miles south of Holland, right near Saugatuck, if anybody's familiar.
How far from Detroit are
you? 3 hours. That's where we're headed.
So you're 5 hours away from me. That's too far. I can't go there.
It's too far. Yeah. Unless you want a vacation home, which great area for it, man. If you like wine, especially. I have vineyard lines in the back, so if you want to bring grapes, you can here at my house.
All right, okay.
Brian, you could have someplace south of the border. You might be able to
I know, and then I wouldn't. Well, although I'd probably get rounded up by ICE just for existing. So
that's probably true. Although we do desperately need a decent comic book store somewhere within 10 miles of me, so maybe that's a thought too.
Man, there are so many good comic stores in Michigan. Like it is shockingly well populated by good comic stores.
We got my wife and I got married right across the street from one of the Vault of Midnight locations in Detroit.
Wow. Did you do like the reception at Vault of Midnight?
No, the reception was where I'm talking about. It was an old production facility for Chrysler where they did TV commercials and stuff like that. It was the location where they filmed the original, funded by Montgomery Ward, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation movie.
Yeah, crazy. It's called the Jam Handy. It's in Metro Detroit. It's in Detroit proper, and the Vault location is just across the street. We got pictures in there from our photographer reading. I was reading the big X-Men compendium. Good stuff.
That's awesome.
There's a really cool bar just around the corner from Vault of Midnight that's in like stacked shipping containers. And it's just so it's like such a cool vibe. Like that whole area where Vault of Midnight is in Detroit used to be the area that if you drove through it, you did not stop at stoplights because you would be killed.
Yeah.
And now it's like you go there and you're like, oh, I must be.
Detroit now compared to 20 years ago, completely different place.
Yeah.
I just want to keep adding Steph Gert to the stage because she's going to get the camera to work.
Is it working now?
You're looking great. You're looking great.
No, it's really not. I'm going to enjoy this fact from now on.
I look so good on my end.
I'm sure
that's all you need. You don't need to see my face, guys. It's not great today, so I just want to come in and voice my support for you all.
Oh, that's very sweet. I almost feel bad about the fact that I was about to say, don't look great today.
Blake, will you let him talk to me that way?
I was putting up my dog because Bruce was trying to ruin the show. He started barking. I didn't hear any mistreatment. I wasn't a witness.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to see if I could make Steph's picture appear, but it did not work.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Well, so we do have a big show. We have big announcements coming. We have a huge guest, massive guest.
He's not like he's a normal sized human being. He's not massive. Like that's just rude.
No,
I think he was talking about me.
Oh yeah, Gabe. Yes.
Gabe, no. That's not fair.
I think I might bring him in just at the very end of our little pre-show banter here so we can kind of get up and running. But for those of you who are not just tuning in, and by the way, thank you for tuning in. We do this every Tuesday, and we have these like 15 minutes just before the show really kicks off where we give everybody a chance to come into the room, give everybody a chance to check out their, make sure all the cameras and the microphones are working. Amazingly, not all the cameras are working. That's really spectacular.
We've been cursed by some technical difficulty plagues lately.
I know. That's very true. And this is for someone who gives me no end of bother. That's not the word I want to use, but no end of bother when my tech is a little bit off. But yeah. Oh, and she's gone. Okay, good.
She wouldn't take it anymore.
We had enough of that.
It was exactly enough.
All right. You know what? We've got about 5 minutes worth of chatter left here before we go. And we lost a Canadian, so we have to have 2 Canadians on stage at any given time. So I'm going to bring to the stage Mr. Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Right.
Look at that. Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Hey, look.
Whoa.
Look. It's a camera.
Big. See, I'm big.
It looks huge.
It's huge.
I'm imagining the OnlyFans now, where you're just never mind.
You're always imagining the OnlyFans. Don't pretend like it's just now.
Thanks for coming on the show today, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. What's up?
Well,
my son is super excited that I'm talking to the Chip Zdarsky, and I was like, I've talked to this Chip Zdarsky before. He's not that. Sure he did Prison Funnies, okay? So that's all you do.
This is true. Yeah. Time to introduce your kid to Prison Funnies.
Yeah, that will be later.
Oh, you guys can see me now.
You can.
Person.
I will say, like, I was asked to come on this episode in particular because apparently I'm supposed to fight Chip.
Well, I think all Canadians have to fight at some point, right?
Yeah.
Is that what the OnlyFans is?
Yeah.
Canadian versus Canadian?
Yeah.
That's not what we do. We don't do Canadian on Canadian violence.
No, what they don't, it's the Americans talking. What they don't know is that we'll actually team up together in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I expected the jaws to be oddly disconnected. I'm really, really confused as to why the Canadians look like us.
Hey, guys.
The flapping heads from side to side. Where's that from? It's a joke. I know. Hi, Chip.
Hey.
You're a great writer, man. Wow, this is weird.
Oh,
It's
get
a
out
funny
of
story.
town.
Early working when Adam hired me, he had me email you for something, and I was like, I told my friends, I was like, I emailed Chip Zdarsky at work today, and none of my friends are into comics, and so they were like, I was like, he writes Batman, and it was cool. And tell me, and then they realized it was cool. But yeah, anyway, hi.
It's really too bad you can't use that anymore. It's
No.
yeah.
Now you say Captain America. It's kind of like you.
Yeah.
Wait, you're Canadian and you're writing Captain America in
I
these
know.
times?
It's wrong. It's wrong. No American would take the job.
I can't believe they'll let you in across the border coming back, honestly.
Oh,
If
they
find
barely
out,
do.
like-
I
They
can't
barely
believe they
do.
haven't gotten hold of the headlines yet. Have you heard about the Super Bowl show? Like, wait till they find out the Canadians writing Captain America.
It was a concern. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, I don't want to get political, but is Bad Bunny Puerto Rican? Is that right?
Yes.
And Puerto Rico is a
Yes.
state of the United States, or not a
It's a
state,
territory.
but it's a territory.
It's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
the Yukon or Northwest Territories to us.
Yes.
So he is an American hosting the Super Bowl, doing the halftime show, but we don't like him because he's not the right American.
Yeah, no, he's
Like-
brown.
It's almost like you're getting to the heart of American
Okay.
politics.
It would
Shocking.
right over my head. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
And this is why Chip is doing Captain America, is to bring that sort of understanding of our system to American comics. That's exactly
Mhm.
why he's here for. Is that outsider's perspective?
Yeah. But I do want to point out though that the whole point of this stream though is like, we're saying goodbye to Chip.
That's a good point. I know.
Dying?
I feel
just
like we're a
got
little
here.
too happy. I feel like
Dying?
we're a little too happy for like what is like the death of essentially Chip's career.
I just got here.
Sorry, Chip.
Well,
Eh,
I didn't.
good
We
run.
didn't. We didn't know that we felt like you're so busy these days. You're so in demand that was really the only time we could get you in was when you no longer had to do this on a day basis, right?
That's true. That's
amount of
true.
time.
Yeah, this is a celebration of the rebirth of a tiny percentage of Chip's bandwidth.
That's right.
A celebration of life, of me getting my life back.
There we go. Chip the
Yeah.
Quitter. That's the new
Oh,
that's
wow.
the new
Oh
title there.
yeah.
That's fine.
How do you
that's it.
manage to do all you do, Chip? Like, are you just like constant stimulants, 24/7? Oh, pride and joy.
Bringing it back, Canadian.
We got the Tim
That's
Bits
it,
here in
that's it.
Michigan too. We are blessed.
Ugh.
That's really wonderful.
Okay, so the weird part about Timbits is the fact that Tim Hortons was started by a hockey player, Tim Horton, a fine hockey player, I suppose. Started this little chain, wasn't a big deal, and then he died in a drunk driving accident. And then they created these thing called Tim Bits. I'm like, why would you make a thing that sounds
that's
like it's
disgusting.
pieces of this guy who died in a horrific accident? Makes no sense to me. Anyways.
That does
That's
not make any sense. All right. Well, that is, I think we're reaching the end of it. I did want to take one opportunity to say that there are two people in this world who give me no end of shit. I'm just going to say the word now that we're at 15 minutes in. No end of shit about my tech being wrong, my camera being off, my mic being low. And those are Blake and Stephanie, both of whom are barely holding on today. So
I fixed it though.
Oh, all right. All right.
Steph's image has been frozen for the last 2 minutes, but I didn't have the heart to tell her.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, the irony was not lost upon me.
No!
boss. I was like, today in front of Chip too. Like
I
this
know.
had to be today.
All right. Let's take everybody off stage, and Chip will be bringing you back, and a couple others are going to be coming back here in a little
What?
bit.
You getting rid of me? What?
Yeah, you'll be
What?
right. You'll be right
What
back.
the-
You'll
what?
be right back. I promise. Okay. Hit the video. Or I'll do the video. Who's hitting the video? Oh my God, Blake. Okay, fine. Hey everybody, welcome to Comic Industry Insiders Live, where we normally have a video that plays right here to kind of get the whole thing up and running. My name is Adam Freeman. I work with Prana Direct Market Solutions, and we are a company that does a whole lot of things in and around comics. We also do a podcast called Comic Industry Insiders that airs every Thursday. If you're seeing this on our channel, on the YouTube channel, that's chances are good you already know that. But for the rest of you, we'd love it if you find that, like, and subscribe. This week, we're going to be talking about how comics are made. But this is the live show where I have a co-host, and let's bring him on stage, shall we? Really my favorite Canadian of the day. It's Brian Garside.
Oh, you can't say that right now because other Canadians will fight me for the honor. Oh,
we
no.
already covered that you have to fight them at some point, and then you team up again later.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. Yeah. How's it going? Is it
well,
busy for you? Because it's fine for me. It's fine.
Listen, it's New York Comic Con week. We're about to make a big announcement. I've got the superstar writer Chip Zdarsky is going to be joining us here in a little bit, and and he has a disturbingly well-connected jaw, a lower jaw, as Canadians apparently do have. So there you go. There's a lot going on, man. We're gonna get into it though. We're gonna be digging deep into it.
It is busy this week.
This week we are going to be spotlighting the death of one of the greatest publications in the history of comics. The ZCN has been a staple of comic shops, I would say, nigh on, 18 months, something like that. And it has truly, truly been a wonderful addition to comic shops everywhere. And, turns out Chip Zdarsky can only handle 36 things in a month. And so decided to let the number 37 go fall away. So we are going to discuss what the ramifications are for comic shops, what we might have put together in order to fix it. Hopefully talking to Chip about what's coming up next in his life. If you want to hear about what's coming up next, that, kids, is what they call a segue. The Prana Bullet is a weekly newsletter that we send out weekly every Friday, where we basically just go through all the stuff that has happened in the world of comics during that week. We give a little bit of insight into how we see the world, and we give the big headlines of what is happening in our world. Yes, Steph, weekly comics come weekly. If you want to sign up, all you got to do is go to pranadms.com. Hit the little newsletter. Oh, look at that. He's the actual website right now, where you can fill all of that out, and we'll get you into the very next one. It's also a good place to go if you want to hear about what Prana does and work with us in some form or fashion, because we try and make good stuff for the comics industry. We're really enjoying that part of what we do. So we're also going to talk about, I don't know, maybe a new comics magazine? Question mark? Exclamation points. We might be talking to some of the people who helped us build a new comics magazine. That might be coming. It's gonna be spectacular. So please do stick around for the rest of this show. But this is the section where we usually talk about headlines, the things that are happening in comics, and really, there's only one major.
Yeah, there's only we're gonna make an executive decision and only talk about New York Comic Con right now
because it starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow for retailers specifically, it starts at the Javits Center in New York. All day long is going to be Retailer Day. We will be set up there. Megan, who is in the chat, is going to be there with me. We're going to be presenting something that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. We're also going to be talking about all of our clients. We have a little 10-minute presentation where we'll be talking about those things. It's going to be quite the day. And you, my friend, apparently are just too busy to go, huh?
Yeah, I can't make it this year. It's also like literally the busiest week of my entire year because my son's birthday is the 9th anniversary, Canadian Thanksgiving, my birthday. Like there's so much stuff going on in the next 5 days. And then on top of that, I'm launching a little thing, which is kind of big. So,
yeah, 100%.
I'll be your guy in the chair, though.
I appreciate you. I needed a guy at the keyboard. Yeah, I need lots of people at the keyboard this weekend. It's gonna be a thing. All right. Hide my browsers. I don't even know what that means. You can't see my screen. I don't know what your
my browser is. I'm okay with that. You can
let's get into it. We have a big guest this week. It was in the pre-show banter. This little project that we've been working on since I think February, Prana has been involved, called ZCN, which is a magazine in comic shops, only in comic shops, and has been for a little while. It has grown exponentially this year and has become a staple in comic shops. And it really did make a big difference in the sales of many books. It blew up in the number of circulation that it had. It's really been a wonderful experience. You have advertised several times in ZC.
Multiple times, yeah. And you guys are always super, super kind to me and give me extra copies, and I give them out. We call it chipping our customers, actually. We add a chip to every customer, and then we know, based on how many chips they have, how laggardy they are. It's like the best visual indicator.
Well, I think really the best way to make this episode work is to chip the episode and bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the best Batman writer, really, in the history of Batman, in the history of that title, Mr. Chip Zdarsky. Thank you for joining us, sir.
First of all, I need to correct you. It's ZCN.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
But
it was really bugging me.
Yeah, it's fine. It
sounds bad when you say ZCN. Like it doesn't flow. ZCN.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I
that's
appreciate
why
that.
I'm ending it. The disrespect.
Because nobody can say it right.
Yeah.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Yep.
Oh,
why didn't I announce it that way? Forget. Can we swear on this?
Yeah, I think we're. Kyle usually tells us to wait like 20 minutes or whatever it is. I never remember the time.
Until it's dark. Until night descends at 2 in the afternoon.
That's right. Yeah. Go ahead and curse. Let it go. Let her fly, baby. I know that's what you do. You only work blue.
No, I'll respect Kyle and his Puritan ways. He's like, well, unless it's 2:30, I won't be having any of those words. That's fine.
Tell us about ZCN and how you got it started.
I started because I hate the internet. I know this is on the internet. I apologize to everyone right now listening and watching and participating in the internet, but come on, it's garbage. We all know it. It's been garbage for a long time, and it continues to be garbage. And I want to be able to promote my work directly to the people that matter, which is comic book retailers and comic book customers in the comic shops. And so I started off with what I call a Beyonce drop of a surprise 50,000 copies. It kind of got spread throughout comic shops, and retailers met that with an astounding what? And and then I was like, yeah, and now you can order them. And so since then it started off as like a thing just about me, obviously. ZCN, Zdarsky Comic News.
Right.
But pretty quickly I started interviewing friends and doing kind of fun features about not me. And it kept growing and growing, and it hit the point where I was just like, I need help. It's too much. And that's when Adam and his team came in to hold me in his powerful arms.
Aww.
And carry me across the threshold to success. And and it's been fun. Like it started off as like a 4-page thing, went up to 8 pages. Now we're at 16 consistently, which is both good because that's a lot of value for the people reading it, but it's bad because I can't do it. And it kind of hit the point. It hit the point where I realized I could not keep doing it when I was staring at one of the covers and I couldn't come up with any cover lines. And I'm like, I made all the jokes I can about the industry without getting fired. All the jokes I was putting on the cover, like, oh, that would end my career at DC. That would end my career at Marvel. Eric Stevenson would never call me if I made that joke. Once I hit that point, and it took me like a full day to come up with cover lines, I'm like, maybe I need to wrap this up. Maybe I can't be the one man band on editorial here. So 18 issues.
That is fair. I think at 18 issues, it's wonderful that you were as generous as you were in finding people to interview that were not you. I mean, it's a high bar.
I mean, it's fun. They're all friends, which is nice. or at least people that don't hate me.
Yeah.
And I guess I just ran out of those people, I guess. But yeah, this is my stack. It's like,
Look at that.
I mean, that's 16 of them, so add a couple more. It'll be a nice little collection at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun gig because I used to work in newspapers and magazines, and getting to kind of do that again editorially was a blast. And yeah, people at Marvel and DC seemed to like it too, which was nice.
Yeah, and they were very generous with their advertising. They were wonderful.
Yeah.
They came in and really supported it.
Yeah.
We also had so many other, being the business guy, I have to mention, we had so many other wonderful advertisers who came in to support and sponsored. So we had retailers, we had other publishers, POS systems like Brian and our friend Django and Jeff. They had a really great ad. The number of creators, I think, who came in and did ads that were very on tone, on brand. I loved that. That was wonderful.
Yeah. Best of times. That's it. I'm done.
I learned that I know nothing about creating. I learned I know nothing about creating print ads, so that was a really humbling experience, which was great. It was really fun. Really fun.
You were not the only one.
Yeah.
The number of times that Chip went, are we sure this is the one? Maybe
this 72 DPI isn't going to cut it. Yeah. Now there were a few people, but I mean, everyone was also really great to work with, even like on the advertising side of things, because they were excited about it. Like, that's a nice thing. It's not like they were just like, oh, we got to advertise. They were just like, oh, let's advertise this thing that like people collect. Like, it's not just that they were reading it, they were collecting it. Like, there were a lot of stories from people, especially in the early days, about like driving an hour to a comic shop that does carry it so they can get their hands on the copy. I'm like, oh, okay, it's working. And so the advertisers kind of felt that too, and they supported it, and they were really happy to do it, which is great. Cape and Cowl, that was an amazing ad.
That was a wonderful ad.
Asked me to go to their convention. I did not go.
Yeah, but we were able to get copies, I think, of it for everybody who was at that convention. So that was really good.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I feel genuinely sad to stop doing it, but all the projects were piling up, and at one point my wife was like, "How much time are you spending on this?" I'm like, it's not much, like a week. It's a week of the month, when I do all the interviews and stuff and the cover and all the interior. She's like, oh yeah, that's not too bad, just a week. So that's a quarter of your work time. And I was like, no, you're wrong. And she's like, well, maybe you should think about the math there, because literally 25% of your working time is spent on this giveaway. I'm like,
math with me.
Yeah. She's smart.
Yeah, she is smart. I've enjoyed getting to know her as well.
Yeah, because she's the business manager or whatever title we gave her for ZCN.
Well, thank you so much, Chip, for the opportunity to work on this. And I will say that the thing that we're going to tease next, or the thing we're going to talk about next, I don't think it ever would have happened without you. Because I've told the story a few times about how we were approached, or I was approached by a number of different people in the kind of comics industry universe, and said, what we need is we need a magazine. We need somebody that promotes comics in comic shops. And I kept telling them it's very expensive. It's going to be very, very hard. And it's going to take up somebody's life. And they said, well, then you should do it. And I said, I don't want to do it.
No, I would rather not.
I said, you should talk to Chip Zdarsky. He's already doing it. And then we were introduced, reintroduced. You reminded me that we met at the raid party many years ago. But reintroduced at New York Comic Con last year, and you said, we could just use some help. And honestly, that process really did drive home for me, one, that those people that said we needed it were right. Like, it really did fill a gap for comic shops and for the comics industry, because we need a way to promote the stuff that we're doing. And two, that it was actually a viable option, right? What we built was actually a model that could work for somebody who wasn't needing to put an entire week of his writing career, where Captain America is actually on the other side of that. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, good. Can you tell us what you're going to be doing at all with that extra week of your life now, or actually 52 weeks of your life in a year?
Just retiring. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
done.
That's
Yeah. God, I wish I could actually say like I'm doing Captain America
uh-huh.
for Marvel right now, but I've also got 3-4 more things for Marvel to be announced. I don't even think it's being announced at New York Comic Con. I think, yeah, we're I'm really banking a lot of issues of a bunch of stuff for them right now. Yeah, kind of went all in with them. And yeah, and my distillery book White House Robot Romance is coming out right now, and yeah, it's
I think we got a copy or two of that around here somewhere. Yeah,
very good, very good.
Wonderful. Well,
yeah.
Once again, like being prescient and predicting the U.S. versus Canada war, like before it even happened. So,
yeah. Oh God.
I do want to say it was a little telling that the July issue was focused on Canadians.
Yeah,
you know, it's the birthday of our nation, and you chose to talk about Canadians. That's you know, whatever. Maybe that's why this whole thing ended. Who knows? All right. Well, thank you again for the opportunity and for I think creating this for comic shops, and also thank you for coming on here to talk about it, because it was definitely a pivotal thing for me, and I hope that in many ways it is spawning something that will last more than 18 issues.
Yeah, I could have done it without you, both of you, really, and I look forward to what's next.
Thank you, buddy.
You did mention the possibility of a collected edition. Any chance of that?
Yeah, no, I think so for sure.
Yeah,
I'd be a fool not to try and make another $20 off this.
Yeah, I mean, 30. Do a hardcover. Do a $30 hardcover, a $20
leather bound.
I'll buy both.
Yeah, the thing that I was giving away for free.
I'm in. Slipcase it, absolute sized.
I mean, who doesn't want that in
please.
hardcover? Jim's
Right?
Conan.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. We
finest
need that in our lives.
Yeah. Somebody does. Some sick, twisted F out there.
Yes, exactly.
You see that, Kyle?
See that?
I said F. I said F, not the other word.
Yeah, you got 20 more minutes before you can drop the F-bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to stop hampering your ability to express yourself any longer and let you get back to the extra time that you now have in your day. So.
All right.
All right. You. All right.
I'm going to get to it. All right.
Thank you, Chip.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chip. Man, the moment that he goes off the air, I guarantee you it's just going to be 15 minutes of just like F. Non-stop. That's all he's going to do for the next 15 minutes. Oh, we were lucky that we didn't get the wrath of Chip Zdarsky right there.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, as somebody who's had meetings with the man, just works nothing but blue.
Yeah.
Nothing. I know it's 8 minutes. I get
it's like 8 minutes, guys. You've well over, by the way.
All right. Well, thank you once again, Chip, our second favorite Batman writer, for coming on the show and for the opportunity to help launch this thing. So, speaking of launches, what do you say? You want to light this?
Yeah,
light this
let's
candle?
do this thing. Light a candle.
So, out of the one of the things that happened was Chip came to me and he said, "Man, I can't do this anymore. I gotta step away." And we said, "Okay, well, I guess it was fun." And then we started talking to some people and we realized this needs to continue. This thing that we built is a perfectly workable model, and we want to make sure that we're building a company around it. And so we're creating Comics, the magazine. That's right. The title is Comics, all caps, ! The magazine. It is, you can go to comicsthemagazine.com right now and sign up for the interest list. Please do.
Go there.
Go ahead and fill that out. It looks shockingly like the ZCN website because it was perfect. Why would we screw with that? We're also going to, we have a bunch of these on hand. Let's go back to we have a number of these. We have an incredible team, excuse me. One of the things that happened was that Chip said, "Hey, you want to do this? And I said, well, let me ask around. Let me see if I can find the people that can make this work. And so we pulled together an all-star team to build this magazine. And we're going to, I believe they're nearly all in the lobby, in the waiting room, including a surprise guest who we have not mentioned is going to be on the show because he is involved in not only the first issue, but on. We have the first issue is going to be available at New York Comic Con, or actually the number 0, which is a very small version of what Comics the Magazine will end up being, that we're going to be giving away for free for retailers. And I would like to use this opportunity to bring to the stage, let's go ahead and remove that, a few people that are behind the scenes that are going to make this work. Let's hang on to our special guest first, but let's bring back to the stage Mr. Joe Keating, Eisner and Ringo Award winning.
Harvey, but it was at Baltimore, so it's a little.
It was, it was the pre-Ringos, the Pringos, if you will. We have the incredible Eye, the man who has designed this, the man who made this logo, the man who is responsible for some of the best colors in the industry, including, I don't know, somebody named Spider Gwen, I think, was involved in that. We got Rico Renzi. Hey, buddy, thank you for coming on the show. This is a first. You and I Zoom all the time, but this is the first time.
It's like the weekly meeting.
I know. This is wonderful. And let's see, who else do we have? We've got our sales guy, our sales guru, the man who is going to make sure that all of those ad spots are filled, Mr. Gabe Yoakum. Welcome back to the show, Gabe.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yeah. Can we drop the link, somebody, in the chat? We want to make sure that we get that. Make sure it goes out to all of our channels when you drop that link.
Yeah, it's
comicsmagazine.com. Do we have? Well, we must have lost Megan. Megan, who is in the process of prepping for New York Comic Con, and is in the chat. So, hey, Megan. So, guys, let's go around the room, shall we, and talk about why we would want to get involved in a magazine of all things, a print magazine. Why would we want to do this to ourselves, Joe?
Well, several years ago, I'm going to out somebody here. You and I have a mutual friend named Jason Blanchard, who's the creative director or chief creative officer of Recca Comics. Yep. Several years ago, he started on me with, it'd be cool. It should be a new comics magazine. Have you read Wizard lately? Wizard's really cool. You should check out Wizard. Hey, I just bought this issue of Wizard. What do you think? I found out a year ago he was doing the same thing to you, Adam Freeman.
At exactly the same time. When I talked earlier, when I told the story about a bunch of people, like Jason Blanchard was half of them. He would not shut up. This needs to happen. And you're the guy. I'm like, I am not the guy. I got too much else going on. Yeah.
And so he put us together. So anyway, it had to happen at some point, and it's happening now.
So. It is. It truly is. Rico, you have your pick of comics projects. How would you get involved in a print magazine? And can you talk about where does this come from? This is beautiful. This is 0 issue. You built this, and we're going to get you a copy. I swear, it's coming.
I just want a magazine to be out there to record things that happen in the industry. It's like some evidence of our culture existing. It's like, so, the internet's going to disappear at some point or be so regulated or just be full of ads. So that's not reliable. So we need to make something for future generations to read about the stupid things we were into.
Truly. And I think in many ways, when we look back on the times when comics was at its peak, when it was really changing all of culture, and as we're feeling the repercussions of that, we saw so many magazines during that period, right? We saw Wizard. Obviously, everybody talks about Wizard magazine. It was a cultural juggernaut, but it wasn't the only one. Comics Journal was in print. Comics Buyer's Guide.
Hero Illustrated.
Comic Scene. Oh my God, that was my favorite.
Fan.
Yeah. Gabe, you've talked a lot about how nostalgia is playing a big factor in the idea of a magazine. Can you want to give that a voice? Because I know that was a big part of why you got involved.
Yeah, I mean, look, like nostalgia both for my career in comics, which you're largely responsible for, and nostalgia for my childhood, right? I said in the YouTube chat a couple of minutes ago at the folks that were shouting down the idea of a price guide that's the strongest memory I have of Wizard is opening it up. And I've told you guys this story before, and seeing that my Ren and Stimpy #1 with that nose-shaped air freshener was worth over $100, and I thought I was rich, right? Like there's just something about that sticks in my brain, and that is like the essence of what comics fandom is to somebody who picks up a magazine like that and has that interaction. Along the same lines, I've always been and probably always will be a professional wrestling fan. When I was a kid, every Christmas, I would wake up before my parents woke up because I knew that there would be 3 wrestling magazines in my stocking. And I would grab them and I'd sit on my couch and I would read through those wrestling magazines by the light of the Christmas tree until my parents woke up and I could and open the rest of my presents. It is the same thing with comics. Like people who enjoy physical media and go to a comic shop and want that physical media in their hand want to read about that physical media when they aren't reading the physical media.
Yeah.
And I'm getting excited about it because it's so visceral, right? The feeling is so real, and the idea of doing something to fill the hole that has somehow managed to form itself within the that's right. That is, see, Tommy understands. Day
coming soon.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated Power Rankings.
Yeah. So ultimate and the rankings at the end of the anyway. Tommy gets it. Other than the price guide, Tommy gets it. In terms of my career, look, for anybody who knows who Bill Jemis is, that's how I got my start in the industry. However, a month into working for Bill Jemis, I met Adam. Adam really was sort of a shepherd early on in my comics career in terms of how I should approach talking to comic book shops. And luckily I got to visit hundreds of them over the time that I was working for Bill. And as cheesy as it sounds, you fall in love with these people because they don't care. They care so deeply, rather, about ink and paper that doing something to help them is an absolute pleasure. Also a pleasure making money. However, one doesn't have to be dominant to the other. But I'm so excited about this. Having Rico involved and Joe involved and being able to be part of a team like this is just boggles my mind. So I'm just happy to be here.
I want to talk about a few of the features that we have on this. We're going to be talking about talking interviews. We have a deep interview with our next guest. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We have deep dive features about selling comics. I wanted to pull up this. We don't even have it in the slide deck. This, let me remove that so you can see my screen. This is the Pull Box Power Rankings. This is something that we're pulling together for each and every issue, where we talk about using the data that we get from Manage Comics and from Comic Shop Assistant. We're going to be able to talk about who the fans are coming after. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice. Who is it is in the subscriptions? Who is in the pull boxes? Those are the things that we're going to be able to report on in a way that they weren't even really able to do at Wizard, because Wizard was all about, talking to retailers of theirs consulting. So yeah, we're going to have a whole lot of fun actually selling comics in this.
Yeah.
And to that end, I'd like to bring to the stage, and I'm going to keep you guys here, but our first featured creator, our first long form interview, and we may be able to even talk about a feature that's going to be coming with him. Joe, can we talk about that? Do you think?
A little bit.
Okay, good.
A little bit. Yeah.
In that case, I want to bring, actually, Joe, why don't you introduce our next guest?
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Guillory.
Oh, I did it. Two of us.
There he is.
What's up, hey, buddy? How's it going, guys?
Good to see you.
Hey, you too. Thanks for having me.
Rob, I know that you and Joe are friends because he won't stop talking about you, frankly.
That's true.
It's a little...
I'm slightly concerned by that.
Had to put it into print.
it's a little crushy at this point. It's a little obsession, but I'm so glad that we had you in as our first feature, and even cover feature. You're right there on the cover of number 0. Talk about why you would agree to do this. Why are you like being in a print magazine is kind of a strange thing in this day and age, isn't it?
I mean, maybe. I think some of it probably stems from the fact that I've had a low simmering bitterness that Chip Zdarsky is the guy who came up with this idea. It's just so, of all the people that come up with this idea, Chip. But no, seriously. I mean, I think I much like Chip said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the internet and kind of how it's like, I don't know. It feels like there hasn't been much of a central sort of kind of scene in comics, I guess. So, and I'm like you guys. I came up with Wizard. Oh, sorry, Chip. Sorry. So I came up with a Wizard. I came up with Comic Shop News. So I've always kind of been opining for that. So this is a no-brainer. I think Chip, as much as I give him crap for it, it was a fantastic idea. So the idea of getting in every shop, getting all these shops, getting actual FaceTime with the people who are making and buying the things, it's a no-brainer for me.
And I know that it was when I say long form interview, it's one of those things that I'll be honest, as publisher, I worry that people aren't ready to sit down and read a long form interview like that. You guys really got into depth about your career, right? In a way that long form podcasts have become really popular. Yeah. I think is it time for that?
Yeah. Dude, big time. I think people are hungry for substance. I'm with Rob and Chip on this. Don't like the internet very much. I think the short form arguing about stuff is not helpful. But getting in depth about how someone made a thing, I think that's what people need right now. My dream for this is not only do people like discover comics that they want to read, but they read this interview with someone like Rob and they think, wow, this is cool. This guy actually did this, and let's get in depth with it. Now I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to make something cool, and then we get to feature them later on in Comics the magazine. It's like in Wizard when they had the envelope art, and there was like J. Scott Campbell does one, and Ryan Otley does one. I want this to be where people discover comics and then get the spark to make comics.
Yeah.
So yes,
100%. 100%. And so maybe talk about why Rob here, since you're in front of him and he can glow in the bath of your obsession. Why is he our first featured interview?
Dude, because he's been putting in the work for years, and like I'm gonna compliment the guy right in front of him, which is whatever. But like his trajectory breaks so many rules. Like, hey, I'm gonna debut an ongoing series about a cannibal detective. It's going to go on for 60 issues, and by the way, it's gonna be a dud at first, right? We get into this in the interview. It's gonna be a dud at first, and then through him and John and Eric and Robert and all those guys at Image Comics, they're going to turn it this phenomenon. And then when he finishes that, what's his next move? He starts a new long form series with Farmhand. I think that's just an inspiring thing to be around. And I don't know. I just find it really exciting. So,
well, you can just keep talking. I mean, it's fine. I'm totally okay. I don't even say anything. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. I mean, my interest in doing this magazine is to celebrate the people making comics and the work, getting rid of the nonsense and just focusing on great comics by interesting people. And so, Rob, I'm excited to have you in there. I'm excited you'll be contributing more in the future. All we'll see at this point is that it would matter a lot to me to feature actual comics by actual people in this actual magazine. So
Rob's can we talk about that? I mean, we can't talk about too much of it, but you want to drop a hint on that?
Yeah, you're doing a page an issue starting early in the run. But it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited to have you in there. So you're gonna serialize something really cool. So
I'm a huge fan. I came up even before Chew in kind of serialized comic strip kind of stuff. So I love that format. It's gonna be very interesting to kind of get back into it because everything I've been doing has been longer form. So going back to my roots on this is gonna be very, very interesting. So I'm excited about it.
Excited to have you, buddy.
Wait, actual comics in a magazine about comics?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know it is nutty, and I think that at the end of the day, it is our love letter to comics and the comics industry in general, right? It's our love letter to the people we talk to every week on this show.
Mm-hmm.
The people who love this industry so much that they want to understand it more and they want to be more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this will be an actual physical item that you can pick up every time you go into the comic shop, or at least once a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not every time. Once a month you go into the comic shop and you pick this up, and it's just a celebration of all the stuff you love. And it'll be an exciting preview of the stuff you're going to love, right?
100%.
Right. So, for instance, Farmhand final issue on stands tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, totally.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I started this series back in 2018. Went through a lot with COVID in the middle of it and everything else. It has been, haunting me for years. So yeah, it's a wrap tomorrow. So I'm very I don't even know how to feel about it just yet, but I'm excited to see people's reactions to it. I think it ends exactly where it needs to end.
Yeah, that's incredible. Can you talk about maybe is there do we talk a little bit about what's coming up next? Actually, no. Here's a good question. This interview that we did with you is over 3 pages, and Rico did a great job of making it readable, even though there was so much of it. Can you talk about maybe what were you able to share in this sort of long form interview that you would not in sort of a quick, in and out, Yeah,
Joe did a great job of really digging into the why of my motives behind a lot of my career in general, like why, where did I come from? What led me to comics? What really made me fall in love with the medium, which is really what the whole magazine is about. It's about why we love this industry so much, this medium so much. So he was able to dig into a lot of kind of the deeper, like you said, it's long form. So we really get to kind of settle in and look at stuff. But also, it is. I guess my career has been kind of a weird anomaly. Even to myself, I have no idea how this is going to work out. But it has been working out for years now. So yeah, I think it's a great deep dive. I get to kind of drop some hints into where I'm going in the future now that Farmhand's done. So yeah, I think I'm very curious to see how folks, and I'm hoping that people have been hungry for this sort of thing. I think, like you said, the hunger for long form content, especially in videos, is to me pointing to a desire that people have to really sit with things and not have this kind of like TikTok speeding thing, like to sit with a thing, focus on it, deep dive into it. So fingers crossed.
I think we all really want our attention span back.
Yeah.
And this is how we get there. Rob, thank you so much for joining us in the first issue, and thank you for jumping on and helping us talk about this and promote it. I am certain that we are going to look back on this and realize that you helped us launch something that was really important and really kind of grew comics as an overall medium. Anything you want to promote before you take off?
Pick up Farmhand tomorrow if you have not read up to this point. Go back; it's all in trades. I'll be doing 3 series through Ignition Press over the next 2 years, and I'm actually looking at doing some new Chew next year, which is kind of breaking news. Announcements on that in the next, I'd say, 2 months or so. So yeah, there's a lot coming.
Well, there you go. Any journalists in the room, you heard it here, so you can start talking about that now. Thanks, Rob. Really do so much appreciate it, and I cannot thank you enough for getting on board early.
Oh no, thank you guys for having me. Congratulations. I think it's going to do fantastic.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Cool.
From your mouth to the retailer's ears, because they're the ones going to be ordering it. All right. Thanks again. I want to bring up our a little bit more detail. We've had some questions in the chat about the details, and I'd love to get into that. And Brian, I do want to hear your views on this now that you're back. So let's talk about it. $2.99 cover price is where we're starting off. We're looking to start at, I want to say it's 12 pages, but a lot of that's going to be dependent on the advertisers that come in. Our goal here is to really create as much value as we can each month, and to bring you as many publishers. I mean, actually, it's a good question. Here's a good segue. Gabe, you want to talk about, actually, we'll get into that here in a slide here in a second. 50% off of that $2.99 for comics retailers if you're ordering singly, but we're going to be selling them in bundles of 25. And when you order those bundles of 25, there's just 50 cents a piece. That's the kind of thing you can give away, right, Brian?
Yeah, I can give away 50 cents for sure.
Are you still going to call it chipping each of them?
We were actually talking about that last night, and we've decided we're still going to chip our customers.
Yeah. I like that. It's going to become this sort of vestigial little news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. This is where you go. Blake, who was in the chat, was in our pre-show banter and is producing behind the scenes, went through and set up all of these accounts and is going to be doing posts on each one of them. Please go through and follow Comics the Magazine wherever you see it, because it is going to be, while we are a physical magazine, we're all also going to be creating that content and promoting that online, and we would love to have you on board. Go to comicsthemagazine.com right now and set up. This is also new for any of you journalists out there who want to be writing about that. Joe, if they are a journalist and they want to be talking to us, what kind of stuff we're going to be talking about?
I would actually expand that. I'd love to have journalists in here. Don't get me wrong, but if you're a comic book creator, if you're a comic book retailer, if you whatever your role in this, like, actually one of the best pitches I've heard so far actually came from Rico. I don't know, put you on the spot, buddy, but he was like, all the things you could do to like screw up your comic and pre-press. I was like, that's the kind of thing I want. I want all parts of the ecosystem in here. So whatever your role is, whatever you love about comics, come on in, man. So
would love to have you on board, especially anybody who is passionate about comics. We want to be hearing from you. What is the kind of thing that you can present, right? Where we want to have this as a place where we kind of come together. Because one of the things that happened in social media is we all just we came together at first and then we became very disparate. So we're hopeful that Comics the Magazine can be that.
Yeah, I mean, the uniting principle for me anyway in this magazine is that comic books are awesome. And here's all the different things that help make it awesome. Here's different kind of comic books to make it awesome. So here's all the comics you can get from Marvel and DC and Image, Dynamite, etc. Here's, Dogman. Here's Raina Telgemeier. Here's manga. Like, this is all part of this one thing. And I want to celebrate all of it and every aspect of it. So
100%. I love some of these ideas, top 10 lists of the people that are the names of the creators, like selling creators.
Yeah.
Oh man,
100%.
One of the things that we're hearing from retailers across the board is like that we're getting a ton of new people in the shops right now, and we need to convince them that it's not, Scott Snyder is not just a Batman writer, right?
Yeah.
Here's all the other stuff that he has done. Right. It's going to be, why is he important? I mean, that's what we did. We learned, we came in, we read Dark Knight Returns and we said, oh, this Frank Miller guy. Right. Yeah. And that ignites a love. Absolutely. Tommy, go ahead. We want to hear some of your insane stories.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You got some nice.
Thank you, Reaper.
Your work. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Gloria is one of my favorite runs of all time.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Wonderful. So that is definitely where we are going with this, is we want all of you involved. We're going to be giving away this number 0 issue. This one that I keep showing is in my hands because we're going to New York Comic Con tomorrow. We're going to be giving it out at Retailer Day. So if you're going to be at Retailer Day, you can come by and pick up a free copy. We might also be out and about, in Artist Alley and such, talking to people. So there may be a few floating around the rest of the convention. So if you see me wandering about, make sure you stop me. And I don't know, I might play Let's Make a Deal to get you a copy. We'll see. Maybe there should be a game involved.
Oh, are you going to be Bad Idea, Adam?
No. Listen,
Adam.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Bad idea. It was that was part me. I was. I have to admit, a lot of that stuff came from my.
I remember.
Brain.
let's carry these signs around. That's going to be great.
Oh, that's right. We did get you in trouble, didn't we? We very nearly got kicked out of New York Comic Con one year. And when Gabe finally came around, I said, "So what, are you kicking me out?" He goes, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I know what you're going to do with that news." I'm like, "Come on, man, kick us out." Also, Gabe, why should people be advertising? Print ads in this economy?
Look, I mentioned this in the YouTube chat earlier too. I had a lot of people reach out simply because they were fans of Chips to advertise in CCN, right? We've gone completely full circle, I think, to the point where now print ads are hip again, and that's not just the sales guy in me saying that, but beyond the actual physical ads, what you see on the screen here is what I'm most excited about, if I'm being frank, is that we're putting our money where our mouth is in terms of being, for lack of a better term, all things to all people within the comics community, and catalog pages are something that we really want to jump into and fill that void that exists now that previews is no longer a thing. And so, that's something you're going to see in the book as well, month to month, our catalog pages. So if you're from a publisher and you want to talk about the potential of that, we really, really should sooner than later.
Absolutely. First issue is going to be on shelves in March, first week of March. We may or may not have them ready for a particular event that happens in February, but you didn't hear that here. So if you are an advertiser, if you are a publisher and you want to make sure that your print ads, if your catalog pages get in front of people who actually buy comics, maybe that's maybe this is a good place for that. Also, it's a really great place for you to see Rico Renzi, because we got your biggest fan in the room. Look at that.
BJ Kicks.
That's right. Hey, I think I'm wearing your shirt, man. Look at this. Look at this. All right, there you go. Comics are dope. I love that channel. Okay. And oh yeah, let's before we get into the Gar side of it all. Let's go around the room. What are the things that people are going to be looking forward to in this that we haven't talked about? What are you excited to explore, and why once again is it time for this? Rico, let's start with you.
Oh no. I think we've talked about trying to put together something for new readers, where to start with this character, where to start with that character, that type of thing. I think that'll be cool.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to being kind of comics 101. I think that was even your pitch on that. So looking forward to kind of being the sort of entryway drug for people who are just starting to get to know comics.
Yeah, I think walking that line of doing stuff for the hardcore fan and new fans is going to be an appealing feature of the magazine.
I'm just got a text from Gabe saying that his dog unplugged his router.
Sabotage.
That's a comic waiting to happen.
Joe, what are the things that we can be looking forward to? What are the features that a print magazine can bring that like social media can't?
Yeah, I mean, I touched on this a little bit before, but like really making this a central hub for the conversation of comics, and like not a bunch of complaining about whatever, which I don't need to get into, but just like building things going forward. Like my again, I said this earlier, but my dream for this thing is someone reads this and makes something really cool. And then they pop off, and then one day they're launching their own books and they're doing whatever. Like that's what I want out of this. So
yeah, 100%. I look back, the times that I was the most in love with comics were the times when I had this community, right? The people that loved comics talking so passionately about it. Joe, you and I both have big stacks of old magazines that we use as research for this. And since we're talking about how awesome Rico is, I always have to show this thing off. When we started talking about this, we all have one of these at our side. If you haven't gotten one of these, this is Rico putting together a reprint of all of these old ads that used to work in.
It's amazing.
Oh, they're incredible.
I have to
want
say,
one of those. No,
this is
I
actually
need one of those.
This is a secret origin of bringing Rico on board. Real quick, we were on the record tour. We stopped at Neighborhood Comics in Savannah, and we're talking to the store owner, and this was in the background the whole time, and I kept looking at what is this thing? Like this is so cool. And then I got it, and is what Adam just said it is. And I was like, if we're gonna do a comics magazine, we need that effect. And so why not just go straight to the source?
Yeah, 100%.
Rico. So anyway,
Ray. This is a really great question. Heads up on who's being interviewed and some of the spotlighted works would be cool so that stores can stock them and create a small section. Absolutely.
100%.
I mean, if you know us, you know that our goal is to work with comic shops to grow comics. So we will be giving heads up in the actual solicitations. It'll be obvious what the cover is. All of that stuff. If you are not already signed up, if we've been talking this entire time and you haven't gone to sign up, please do, because we're going to be trying to give everybody sort of a heads up. I also loved in here an idea. I'm going to try and find it before we go too much further. Putting these into all your subs.
I was just about to tag this. This is one of the most successful things that we've done in terms of getting customers into new stuff. When they see this every month, I have 150 subs. Every one of them gets a ZCN. Every one of them will get a Comics the Magazine. And for me, okay, if I'm gonna spend $100, $150 on no, it's not even that. It's half that, $75. I need to make what? I need to sell what? A half dozen comics to cover that? It's a no-brainer, right? So this will actually convert people into fans. It's huge. And as an advertiser, I'll tell you that the thing that changed for me wasn't really so much, I don't get a ton of direct conversions from the ads necessarily, but I do get in the conversations. Oh, I saw your ad in ZCN. Oh, I saw your ad in Future Is. People see those things and that stays with them long term. So, and it's also unique. There's a finite number of ads that are in a magazine. There is an infinite number of ads that are on the internet. I'd rather be in the commodity rather than the ethosphere. So yeah.
Also, if you're an advertiser and you want to, you're sitting at a meeting and you want to show people the kind of stuff you're doing and to get in front of comics fans, it's just so much better to show them of something physical than it is, something on your phone, Yeah. Joe and Rico, is there anything before we wrap this thing up? Is there anything we didn't cover that you wanted to make sure that we talked about?
Nobody did a great job of the overview in that slide deck. So I'll just say comicsthemagazine.com and we'll be in touch. So I will not be at New York, but we'll be at Baltimore. So
excellent.
If you're at the show and there's something you want to see out of a magazine, let me know.
Absolutely. Joe?
I won't be at New York either. I'll be at GalaxyCon in St. Louis this weekend. So come say what's up.
Cool.
Please do stop by and pick up your do you have still giant size? Are they still available?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. All right, good.
Awesome. I need one of those. Man, I love that. That's such a great idea.
We got you.
Thank you, boys. Cannot thank you enough. And hey, go get to work on number 1 because, that down. Let's go. Let's get it done. Thank you, boys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right. So Brian, let me get rid of Rico. Let him focus on something else. Yeah. Look at that, man. We launched something else on the show.
It's amazing. We're always ABL, always be launching. That should be our new motto. That's just what we do. That's just what we do.
Can I show you this?
I'm excited about this website because this is the worst version of that we'll ever have. And it's still pretty fun. But some of the things you and I have talked about in the background your one little crazy idea, which I think is effing amazing.
We're going to bring back we're going to bring back something that has been was a magazine staple for decades, if not centuries, right? But we have not seen since then, and I think it is just the thing that people are going to have a lot of fun with it. So that's coming. That is coming.
I think it's going to be, if we can pull this thing off. First of all, I haven't seen anybody do this ever, like since the end of if we can pull it off, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Look at that, we're innovating with a print magazine. Take that.
Take that, print is dead.
CBR.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm trying to pick a website. Listicle. Well, let's you know what, before we leave, you had a couple things you wanted to talk about. What's happening on Thursday?
Holy moly, dude. We have got so much stuff to talk about. So I'm doing a 1-hour live stream just about Manage Comics. Meanwhile, at Manage Comics during New York Comic Con. Not the greatest idea on my
there are a lot of people who are not going to be there. There are a lot of people.
Well, yeah, and that's it. This thing will also live on a replay. So if you go to managecomics.com right now and click on the little video for it, you can remind yourself to see it, and then you'll at least get the replay when it goes out. So definitely come and join us on Thursday, right? Is that this Thursday? Yeah. So if you go to managecomics.com, you'll go to our next webinar, and you can click that, and that will let you notify yourself. So come join us, because we're announcing onboarding of Borax customers. We're talking about some new point of sale integrations, because we are not a point of sale. We are an integrator to points of sale, which means that if you're using Lightspeed or you're using Retail Management Hero, you used to use Comic Suite, we got you covered, baby. We can give you the integration that you've always wanted, the same way that we've been doing it to Shopify for years. So please come join us, learn all about the new stuff we're doing. And by the end of the day, I will have a very, very secret thing to show people that's actually done. And I'm literally just waiting for DNSs to propagate. And as soon as they're propagating.
Is that something that maybe we can talk about on this show next week?
I think we should, yeah. Because I think it's something that I kind of teased a while ago and showed some mock-ups, but it's something that is ready to go now. Like, I've actually seen it in action, and it's pretty awesome. And again, this is the worst version of it. It's going to get better and smarter. And I'm planning to integrate with other systems. And I've talked to some people that are really cool and doing really cool stuff. Yeah. Very, very exciting. Very exciting.
I want to go back. Are you integrated with Clover? Tommy's using
Clover.
We
will. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about looking at, we'll look at Square and Clover in the new year. I think the next 3 months, we just got to focus on what we've got right now and really improve the new thing that we're going to talk about, because there's so much to do with it. And it's a huge part of the space that's missing right now. So yeah, we want to be the Rosetta Stone for every system. I don't think that building another point of sale to compete with Comic Knowledge and Comic Hub and Comic Shop Assistant makes any sense. There are entire corporations out there that make point of sale systems that are supported by multi-million and sometimes billion-dollar companies. I'm never going to do something better than them, but we can definitely control the flow of comic stuff a lot better than it's being controlled right now.
I absolutely agree, and I'm looking forward to that future, because Lord knows comic shops everywhere need the help, and we want to make sure that works as smoothly as possible. We continue to build tools to increase people coming into their shops, increase their sales while they're there. That's right. Come to this live show, and you get that kind of talk, my friend.
About propagation all day long. Yeah.
Well, Brian is teasing his thing. I will say, come to the Prana Bullet. We'll make sure that is when he does announce it, it's going to be hidden in there somewhere. Who am I kidding? We're going to make as big a deal as we can, because I'm really looking forward to talking about it. It's going to be something. So pranadm.com, make sure you sign up for the newsletter, and you will be getting the next one. This was quite the show, Brian. We did it. We filled an entire hour. I'm once again impressed with us.
This one was not even hard to fill an hour. And so everybody should be going to comicsthemagazine.com right now. Sign up. If you scroll down, you'll see a get on the Comics the Magazine waitlist. I'm probably by the end of the weekend going to bump these two things right to the top of the page. But for now, we want to get people to do something cool. So click on that and read the Comics the Magazine. Not manifesto. That's the wrong word. That word is so loaded.
It was a letter that we wrote to talk about sorry, more of our letter of intention.
Yeah.
What is Comics the Magazine?
Mission statement.
Our mission statement. What is it we're trying to do? So yes, follow us on all the socials. Make sure you sign up. And we are going to be in comic shops the first week of March. I'm going to be in New York Comic Con tomorrow, loading this up in the car right after we close this out. So thank you all. Once again, we thank every single one of you for signing on. I think we saw a record number of you this week, and I really appreciate all the support because many of you came here just for the support of us and for the projects that we're doing. But I love that you're out there supporting your local comic shops. I love that you're out there supporting creators and publishers and retailers and all of the people that make this whole system go. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you, every single one of you. And yeah, namaste, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Namaste, y'all.